Hello, and welcome to the Daily Life Uncut Day 41. Today's video is going to be brought to you by Happy Time Bros, as well as here at the Daily Life Uncut. So, in yesterday's video, I talked a little bit about, my grandfather passing, and I talked a little bit about the story of my best friend Thomas Rush passing away. So, I thought that today's video we would go ahead and continue that for one final time and share a little bit about him specifically as kind of a memoriam type thing. My grandfather specifically, before we get into him, he had worked for NASA for quite some time. He was an engineer. He basically kept to himself. He was never really one to be energetic or outspoken or anything like that. He was never that one type of person to keep running around and talking and doing things, and so I never really got to know much about him throughout his life. Now I wish I did, but like I said, it didn't work that way, so to speak. But enough of that. We'll go ahead and we'll start our little spat, so to speak, about our best friend Thomas Broyles, who passed away, I believe it was June 25th or 26th, I think it was. So at this time, let's go ahead and what would be your favorite moment?
My favorite moment would, I have two of them. One would be, I went to my first, real concert, and I say real concert because, I did go see, Toby Keith, Toby Mac, all of them in concert, but my first, hardcore, I guess, concert you'd say was Slipknot with the All Hope Is Gone tour?
Yeah.
I think, yeah. And, Will was there with us, so that was really cool because that was the first time I ever, got to see, Slipknot in concert, and it was my really first real concert with him. And then the second one was probably, I want to say 7 or 8 years ago. I was I was a leader for church camp and Vacation Bible School. And we were moving the same day. We had to be out of the house the same day that was going on. And I couldn't miss that because it was the last day of Vacation Bible School. So I call Will. I'm like, hey, can you go help my dad? And I'll make sure that, there's food, there's Gatorade, there's, whatever. And he's like, yeah, sure. We get home and our house is completely, already packed up. Him, Will, Tommy, I'm like, oh my God, Tommy, you're here. I didn't know you. And he's like, yeah, I was already at Will's house. So, he's like, I'll do anything for you. I'll help you out no matter what. And I'm going, damn, I didn't even ask him because it didn't come to mind. But, and then we stayed up that whole night. We were watching Fanboys, Zach and Mary Make a Porno. Anything with Seth Rogen in it, I think that night. We watched Knocked Up. It was an awesome night that we were just watching nothing but Seth Rogen movies. And then the next day, my mom made us all pancakes and eggs. And Will, Tommy, and my ex at the time, they went through a whole entire bottle of syrup in that one setting. It was a big bottle, too. So,
Big Miss Butterworth.
Yeah, and they went through it all in one setting, and my dad was furious. He's like, you ate all the syrup. I'm like, sorry. But, yeah.
Don't offer breakfast.
Yeah, and I didn't realize how much syrup those three could go through. But, just this last, I think it was 3 weeks ago today, there's a new band called I Prevail, and Tommy loved underground bands, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, have you heard of these people? And I was like, no. And they would have 100 people on MySpace at the time, and nobody knew who they were. And, that was I Prevail. I found out I Prevail, and I was like, I think their 100th, subscriber on YouTube, 100th Twitter follower, and Facebook.
You followed the Twitter?
Yeah, I followed the Twitter.
Okay.
And Facebook, they only had like 1,000 people that liked them. So, and then I just started crying because I'm like, he would have loved this band, especially because they did Blank Space from Taylor Swift. He loved Pop Goes Rock or whatever. So, I just started breaking down and crying. And my daughter was like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, I couldn't talk. I was just, it hit me at once, and it hasn't hit me like that. Like, even when you told me, I was at work when he passed away, and I was fine, And then we went to Legoland the next day, and everybody's like, "Are you okay? You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." And, it didn't hit me until about 3 weeks ago. It's like, I will never see the third friend again. Yeah. There's my sad story.
I could sit here and we could go and make this video hours long with as many things that me and Tommy did, with as many things as the three of us have done.
Getting in a car and just driving around for 3 hours.
Just for the hell of it.
Where are we going? I don't know.
And Tommy be always the one driving.
Yeah.
I can remember times where it'd be a dark night and he lived out in Wedgefield, which is in the middle of absolute nowhere. He'd be in his dad's truck and he'd be like, "Watch this," and I'd be like, "What are you doing?" And he would turn the headlights off and he would just drive straight, and he would pick up speed, and it was one of the scariest things, but yet he did it and he loved it because he was that type of person.
Going down I-4, doing 80 miles an hour, listening to Slipknot, weaving in and out of traffic in a truck.
Yep.
I remember that. I'm going, oh my God, we're going into a car. Like, every 3 seconds when we would zip by a car, I'm like, we're getting into an accident.
But lo and behold, he was actually a pretty dang good driver.
Yeah.
And even when he got his motorcycle and stuff, the last few years that he rode it, he always, drove at high speeds, but he always... See, that's the one major thing that we thought would be his demise, so to speak. We thought he was going to go that way, but, he didn't. He always, was pretty much careful, but yet reckless at the same time, so to speak. There were times even when, I'd be over at his house, and he would sit there and be like, "Dude, I'm hungry." I'd be like, "Okay, what do you want me to do about it?" He's like, "We should go get food." I'm like, "I don't want to." He's like, "Come on, man, come on, I'm hungry." And then, he would get some type of excuse to where we would have to get up, get in the car, whether it's my car, his dad's truck. He actually fit me on the back of his motorcycle once.
2 fluffy guys on a motorcycle.
It's on his Facebook page, so if you ever go on a Facebook and you see Tommy Broyles, his page is now memorialized. I don't know why I couldn't say that. And you can go scroll through his pictures and see them. See me sitting on the back of his motorcycle and stuff like that. I actually have this one video, and I'll end this here. I'm going to see if I can put it on the bonus video with all the exclusive NXT footage that we shot the other day while we watched NXT Rival. We actually had a video a few years ago when Tommy's dad was just like, "Hey, I'm going to go change the tires on my truck. They need to be new. We need to get them done and whatnot." "Okay, not a problem." He's like, "I'm going to do that tomorrow." Tommy's like, "Okay, can I go get food today?" So he goes and gets food. We're driving out of Wedgefield over to Taco Bell, I believe it was.
Oh, God.
And he pulls off into this open field, and he's just like, "Hey, I'm going to squeal the crap out of these tires." I was like, "Why? What's the point of that?" He's like, "They're getting changed tomorrow. Let's wear the rest of them out today. Why not?" And he's like, "Film it." I was like, this is a bad idea. He's just like, film it. I was like, if you get into an accident or you flip the truck, I'm going to be pissed. Because I don't think I could get you out of a truck that size if it flipped over or something. So I get out and I film it, and him sitting there squealing the tires, kicking up dirt and everything, and it was just, there was people standing there watching and was so confused at what the hell was going on. And by the end of it, we just get in the truck and just leave. Didn't say nothing, didn't even go talk to the people, nothing. Just whoop, right out. But that's pretty much a pretty good amount of the stories that we had together. And with my grandfather passing away, it really kind of opens your eyes. You've got to take every moment for what it is that moment. And if you don't sit here and spend the time with your loved ones or your friends, if you don't sit here and explain to them how much they really care to you, that by the time that they go away or move on, or whether they move to a different place or they actually pass on, you never really get the chance to actually say it to them. And that's one person that I wish I had 5 more minutes with to express that feeling. And that's why I'm glad that me and Josh hang out so much that he moved back now to St. Cloud, because I actually get to share that feeling, so to speak. And it's actually been eye-opening. Anything else you guys say?
Happy Time Bros is now on Twitter at Happy Time Bros, which I was really happy to get, because I was worried that somebody else had Happy Time Bros, I guess. I don't know. But me and my brother, we don't do it. Like, we have influence on it, but my wife's the one that's going to be doing that. And she's giving me a weird look right now because she doesn't even use her own. She's like, why am I gonna? You know what? That you said you were going to help me on this journey through YouTube, so we need a Twitter account. That's your job.
Right? You got to always have somewhere to mold that empire, so to speak.
Yeah.
Don't forget to follow him on Twitter at Happy Time Bros. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at DailyLifeUncut. It's cool because we're actually able to do things like that on social media. We'll probably be getting Facebooks next, I assume.
Yeah, most likely.
And then I'm thinking of Snapchat, because I absolutely love that app.
Oh my God.
It is really fun to use. It's kind of quirky little 10-second videos that we can absolutely just let go and be ourselves, so to speak, on. Where with these long videos, you kind of can't as much.
We the stuff that we do, just normally off camera, we joke around a lot. We whatever, and then Snapchat, we can take that 10 seconds or 20 seconds, however long you want to make it, and it's like, boom, there's 20 seconds up. Okay, now it's gone. Oh well. Yeah.
Exactly.
If you saw it, you saw it. If you didn't, you didn't.
Exactly. It's hard to capture things like that, but we're going to try to do that when we bring up Snapchats as our next social media venture. As we have it personally for our personal friends and stuff, but we want to make it to the viewers here on YouTube. We want to make it public, so to speak. So, don't go searching that for us, like our original names and stuff. That's just, it's creepy stuff there. You don't want to see it. Either way, don't forget, follow him on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Happy Time Bros and Daily Life Uncut. And as always, hey, it's our journey.
What's today? Real quick. It's today. Happy 13th!